make a play.
How do you teach a defensive back or somebody in pass coverage to guard a spot rather than the receiver?
It's tough. That's why those guys get paid a lot of money as they go on and go up and play. They're turning into basically like the left tackle now. The guys, if you can defend people and do that, because offenses are so good if you've got great time. And I say it all the time in practice when me or Coach Ray throw a touchdown on our teams that can't defend a perfect ball. The perfect pass. And there's some to that, but it's all kind of – everybody just thinks, hey, well, the DB gave this up. Well, if it's just if they catch it and throw it up, then yes, that is one-on-one. But if it's any, in the pocket, how's your pass rush? Did you make the guy move off his spot? Did the linebackers get hands on them and they just let them run free? Where are they at? So it's all tied in together, and that just makes a defense. And everybody, just like if you give up a sack, the offensive line, they did it. Well, it could be the quarterback not doing what he's supposed to. It could be the backs guy that blitzed and made the sack. But if they sack you, it's always the offensive line's fault. So you're getting all that stuff with it. The receiver may have ran the wrong route. So it's all together. It's a team thing, and that's why football is so special in my opinion.
I noticed last week there were, two plays that I saw up close, and that was thrown to the spot. It looked like your secondary was in a great position there. But the quarterback was throwing to a spot, and the receiver went to the spot, made the catch, and wheeled around and took off.
It's tough.
What can you do to defend that kind of stuff?
Well, we just got to be there in a little better position and compete more for the ball. That's all you can do. And, if they throw it, we talk about no yak. A couple times they threw the ball, and we were there, and we didn't get him down. Instead of if he catches it at 5, let's tackle him for 5. Let's not let him get some, a couple plays. They threw a little hitch for 5 yards, what we call a hitch, and the guy made somebody miss. We were dangling around him. He got off, and we ran him down. Keenan Stewart made a great play down there on the goal line, run the guy down after he made a big move. So we've got to control if they catch it, we've got to control the yak. We can't allow that big play.
Were you pleased with the way your offense performed last week?
Oh, I think we only ran 22 plays, so it was pretty explosive for us. Yeah, it's hard to tell with that, but we've looked really good in practice. We've executed well. Say just on the ball well. Receivers catching it. Our offensive line's really turned on and getting going for us.
You've got a powerful football team. These are two of the I think top 10 scoring teams in the state coming in here tomorrow night. Douglas number 1. But you look at their scores, and I guess it's hard to tell whether they've been pressed or pressured and whether they've gotten in the amount of work they need to get in during a ball game for something that's coming up.
Well, you look at that. They played 9 games. They played 8 games. They had 1 forfeit.
Right.
They've had 8 running clocks. As a coach, that's what you want to have happen. If you're Douglas's coach, you don't want to play around with. If you're better than, you don't want to play around with them. You want to get out and go. You look at injuries. You look at all these things. Hey, let's get out and execute and go play football. Now the dark side of that is, the bad side of that is, well, do your teams get to play the whole thing? But if you look at their team, I think they only play one guy both ways, and that's 13. He's going to Kentucky, and he'll play safety, and then he'll get in some on offense running it and they're catching it. So they're probably going against, I assume, I'm not sure how they practice, but if you're going against a really good team in practice all week. So you've got to do that some too, and you look at that, well, is that? But I don't know if anybody scored, and you can't really tell. We've watched a bunch of film, but I don't think anybody has scored on their first-team defense. Nobody has scored on their first-team defense. Most points they gave up was 14, and that was with the backups last week.
Right.
They gave up against Montgomery. So they've got a really good defense. Even with those letting them score 7 and this and this and this, I think they're allowing 4 points a game. But nobody scored. I would like to see the I need to go through every game and look, but you can't. It's hard to find that. Like, what quarter did they score in?
Right.
I bet a lot of those scores were in the third and fourth instead of the first, second quarter.
I would say you're right. It's back to your team now. Do you think your guys will ever shake off that loss to Catholic?
Yeah, I think so. They're they've got to move over that. We've moved on from that. It's something you learn from it, and I think we have learned. We've really picked up the effort in practice. We've corrected things that we were giving up. We've still continued to work on things that we need to work on. That was a great. It's not the end all. Now you lose in the. Once you start playoffs, it's over. There is no coming back from it. But if you lose early, you got a chance to learn from those things and go on.
The ball game with Bourbon County last week was for second place, and I thought your guys came out to take care of business.
They did, and that's what we wanted them to do. We wanted to come out and play, come out and execute. We talk about the other team. We don't say a whole lot about the other team, and we've not talked a whole lot about Douglas as far as they know what's coming. They know what type of team they have. They've heard from everybody else, but it's really us doing our job, us fixing our mistakes, us coming out prepared and playing at our level.
Injuries, are you almost 100% healthy now?
Yes, I mean, we still got everybody's beaten, bruised up a little bit right now at week 10, but besides those guys that are out for the year, we're pretty much full strength.
What about your kicking game? Are you pleased with where it's moved to?
I am. Sage punted the ball really good this week in practice, and obviously having a quarterback back there and an athlete that can do some things that kind of open some things up for you. And then our kicking game, Cole Andrews has done a good job, just extra points and field goals, and I think he hit a 37-yarder today, pretty good. And our snapper Lance Sloan's had to step in our long snapping on punts and extra points, where Cole Sims was doing that. We've got two good holders, and Avery and Austin Bodner. Both those guys can hold for us. So we've got some people that's moved around and got some reps, and we're ready to go.
You reckon they talk about holding at home?
I doubt it. I seriously doubt it.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're listening to Rebel Roundup. Steve Bertram here with Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix. And we'll be back with more in 3 minutes on the Hometown Radio Network.
ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
It's Chastity at ADA Heating and Air. Contacting us just got easier. Check us out online at adaheatingandair.com to get information on services and products we offer, schedule service, set up an estimate. You can even fill out a credit application for financing and let us know how we did with our satisfaction survey. Call us at 859-519-6382.
ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
Hey everybody, this is Eddie Montgomery from Montgomery Gentry, and I want to invite all my friends and neighbors to come join the fun at Old Bridge Golf Club. From the best hamburgers you can eat to a golf course that's fun and hard to beat, we got it going on at Old Bridge.
And Eddie, I'll start my music career. Everybody can hear me sing just like John Daly out at Old Bridge.
Oh, no, Mike. No. Come on out and join us for golf, food, fellowship, and fun at Old Bridge, and I'll keep Mike from singing. Please, hurry.
Hi, this is Kim from Aaron's right here in Danville. High prices are everywhere, so to help, Aaron's is slashing prices on a selection of products just in time for the holidays. Come check out our lease rates on gaming and TV bundles, washers, dryers, living room specials, and other brand name merchandise, all with reduced budget-friendly prices. And when you open a new lease in November, only $25 down, get you started with no payment until January. Discover your leasing power at apply.aarons.com. Transaction advertised as a rental purchase agreement. Certain restrictions apply, so see store for details.
Car Express Wash invites you to save money and help our local charities every Saturday from 7 p.m. until 10 p.m. through Halloween. They get 25% in tips. This Saturday, it's Car Express Wash donating to the Boy Scouts Troop 27.
Hi, this is Jenny at Car Express Car Wash. I want to announce that we are doing Suds and Screams. This is the area's only for charity car wash. Come on out. It will be a scream. Don't drive dirty.
Car Express Wash. Don't drive dirty.
Danville Bypass, Big Blue Building.
In Kentucky, we understand what matters. Family, friends, community. But sometimes we hurt. At Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, we believe in hope, and Mountain's behavioral health professionals want to be there for you every step of the way. Together, we can overcome the challenges of depression, PTSD, addiction, and so much more.
To learn more, call Mountain's Garrett Outpatient Behavioral Health Clinic in Lancaster on Richmond Road at 859-719-6321.
This is Jesse Johnson, Senior Vice President of Whitaker Bank's newest branch, located in downtown Danville at 218 West Main Street. Whatever your banking needs, Whitaker Bank is here to help. Give us a call at 859-236-9822 to discuss your options and let us put our experience in customer service to work. We look forward to speaking with you. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And now back to the Rebel Roundup on Z105 WRNZ FM.
Steve Bertram with you on the Old Bridge Grill Rebel Roundup. We are live from Boyle County High School tonight. They are feeding the team, getting ready for this final regular season home game against the Bulldogs, I think is what they're called. Broncos. It begins with a B, ends with an S. Old Bridge, you can call ahead for carryout, 859-236-1237. They've got salads. They've got wraps. You can get quesadillas with chicken breast or steak. There's grilled chicken wraps they have, chicken bacon ranch wrap, hot dogs, grilled cheese. They've even got a shrimp and fish basket. And they've got pizza, 3 different kinds, cheese, pepperoni, or sausage. Again, call ahead for carryout, 859-236-1237 for the Old Bridge Grill. They'll have it made up and ready for you and tell you when to be there to pick it up. That's the Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. Call ahead for carryout, 859-236-1237. Steve Bertram here along with Justin Haddix. And, Coach, you're looking there at that roster. I don't know how people turn their rosters in at the start of the year, but size-wise, they look like they got a bunch of linebackers and then a bunch of big linemen.
Yeah, you know, their defensive line's really, really good. And you know, you look at Jamarian Harkless, number 96. He's probably, you know, he's 6'2", 6'3", 320 pounds. He's committed to Auburn. He's a really good player, number 96. The other guy on the line is 72, Jalen Hand. He's 6'4", 270, 280. He's committed to Western Kentucky. Good defensive lineman, could be an O-lineman, what they're doing. The other one is 44. He's 5'10", 230. So, you know, he's a good-looking high school player. I know we look at it. Then there are 2 inside linebackers, 6'1", 200, and 6 foot 200. So, you know, those are 2 inside backers. They're outside backers, 6'2", 180, and 5'10", about 175, 180. So if you look at just their box, really, really good, long, physical box. They do rotate some guys in their secondary. Number 7's Klinkscale. His dad used to be the DB coach at UK. I think he's at Michigan now, the DB coach there. He's, you know, 5'7", 5'8", 160 pounds. Number 2, Terrion Hicks, 5'10", 160, going there. So really, really quality DB. You know, the Ty Bryant, 6'1", 190, plays safety. 11's a kid I really like for them, and he impressed me last year, was Isaiah Kinney, 5'10", 165 pounds, plays safety, and they're really active. Both safeties are. And the other corner is Jermaine Lowe, you know, 5'10", 160, 65, and can run. So they'll lock their corners up and come up and get in your face, and then, hey, they're going to play 9 in the box. Them safeties are downhill coming at you. So they're a good football team, really good on defense.
And they want to put pressure on, and they want that interception, and they want that fumble.
Yeah, they attack the ball. They're going to be stripping, get stood up. They're going to strip the ball and go do it. I'm not sure how many turnovers. I know they got a bunch that they forced. I was looking at some things that they've done just on their turnovers, fumble recoveries. You know, they've got 9 fumble recoveries and interceptions. Let's see here. Where's that at? They've got quite a few interceptions also, you know, if you look at them and what they're doing. And then they've scored a lot. You know, if you look at what they're scoring, let's see. They've returned 4 punts for a touchdown. They've returned 3 of those fumbles, 3 of the however many fumbles they had. Out of the 9, they took to the for a touchdown, and then 3 interceptions for a touchdown. So they once they get the ball, they're looking to score on defense. So they've probably allowed no touchdowns, and they've scored quite a few.
Your attitude coming in is going to be one that's, hey, we're coming in to play another football game. Their attitude coming in is they embarrassed us last year. That would be my thought.
Mm-hmm.
They embarrassed us last year, and or maybe it didn't even affect them.
I think they've had this game circled. I'm sure they have. And people's talked that and said that, but we got it circled too. You know, it's a big game. Our kids understand it. They've already heard. I don't know how many people we've had watching practice. I don't know how many people we've had more calls about this game. You know, I remember last year I got a call. The guy was laughing at me. You know, a news guy said, "Why would you play them? If they play good, you don't have a chance." And I said, "Well, I guess you know who you're picking." And you know, we're just going to line up and play Boyle County football, and we'll see where they go.
You know, I think they caught you at a really good time last year. I made the comment on the air that I thought your team last year was the very best team statewide when the end of the season got there. You were doing everything well. How do you match that?
Well, that's when you want to be playing your best. People go on, and we'd love to see, and I want them to be perfect. We try to push them to be perfect about our players and about the passing game and timing. And, well, you don't want to peak too early either. You want to be playing your best football at this time. You want to be playing as you're going into the playoffs. You know, if you're looking, you want to. That's when the wave needs to be the biggest. You know, when you snowball, you want it to be going and be the biggest in what it's doing, and where you're playing your best when the money's on the line.
We've talked a lot about Douglas. Let's talk about Boyle County. You're starting to get some people back to full strength. Granted, 3 or 4 won't be there at all or able to participate, but they will be on the sidelines pushing. And you know, you've Cooper Brummett, things that he's done this year.
Oh, man. And you know, just you talk about sacrifice and team. Cooper's been a two-way starter. We were looking at wanting to play him at just tight end, and where he would give us a big tight end there. He's probably, and we've got some really good athletes on our team. But if you were asking somebody if you want to do a punt, pass, and kick person on your team, he'd be the first pick because he can probably throw it 50 yards. He can punt the tire out of it. And then he's a backup kicker for us too. And so, you know, he's just an extremely talented young man, athletic, had a great attitude. Hey, Coach, you know, Cooper, we got to have you play tackle. I know we wanted to play you at tight end. We've had some injuries go down. Best for our team to play tackle. I'm in. Then we start taking him out. So he's the only two-way starter really on the old line, what we had. And he said, I don't want to come out. He wants to play. He's there to do it. Also extremely good golfer. I mean, he can do anything. Cooper Brummett can, and he's a great kid too. You know, so just seeing him and what he's done this year, and he started 9 games on the O-line last year. So, and then moved him around. It's like, well, let's try him at tight end. Let's do this, maybe a skill set, but just with numbers and what you got to do, it's high school football. You know, with 3A numbers, what we have, you got to play your best ones, and you got to move them around and how it fits best.
Would you say that's what typifies Boyle County football, is the guys that come out to play the game, not to be a star, but to be on a team?
Right.
Win?
Yeah, 100%. And you look at Tommy Ziesmer. In today's time, you got a kid that's 6'3", 245 pounds, 250, and he's committed to University of Kentucky to play defensive end, and you ask him, hey, you got to start O-line. You got to play both ways. You got to start O-line too for us to be best. You got to change your number. You got to start O-line for us to be playing at the highest level we can for our team. Okay, let's go. We got to go play. We got to, and it's been good for him. He's learning to play. Obviously, learning to play both ways. We're getting our best players on the field, but with the injuries what we've had, that we're trying to get our best 11 on the field.
Offensively, you've got Sage at quarterback hitting over 67% of his passes. I thought the old line had done a much better job protecting.
Yep.
And has been able to find who he needs to find.
Yeah, and Sage has done really well because we ask a lot out of our quarterback. He's got to be able to run the ball. He's got to get the ball out. He's got to know everything. And it's it all starts with him. When you play our style of offense and what we do, you got to have a trigger man that can play it and line people up and get them set and doing everything that we need to do. It all goes off him. If he's playing good, we all look good. If he's playing bad, we all look bad. And, you get all the glory and all the blame. That's what goes with it. And, he's done a great job as far as just throwing it. He's thrown 20 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Pretty good, ratio. And he's also ran in 5 touchdowns. So he scored 25 touchdowns against a pretty tough schedule that we played. And probably one of the better teams we played, Henderson, came through 4 touchdowns that game and took some shots throwing them too. So he's improved, and he's done a great job of leading our offense. Some guys on the edge have done a great job when they get the ball. Our running backs, Dalton Stone could be a starter for a lot of places around here, and he's kind of our H-back and leads around and rotates in. Avery Bodner, Tavy, we move him around all over the place. It's hard to find him where he's going to be. He's going to run it or catch it. John Urbaney can get in there and run it. Brock Driver has really turned on for us, being that power guy and being able to do some different things for us. Just a extremely good athlete that could play tight end, can play running back, plays linebacker. We've got some versatile athletes here, and we got some more coming too.
And nobody cares who gets the glory.
No, that's something I said. They all want to. Obviously everybody wants to score touchdowns, whatever. But the main thing's how we win. We won. Doesn't matter if we're all throwing, if they're all catching or running. One of our best, I consider him one of our best players, Keenan Stewart. He's caught 19 catches for 173, don't have a touchdown. He's an outstanding blocker on the edge. He catches it, does everything we ask for him. He plays on defense too, and long, 6'2", 170 pounds, really good football player. He don't have a touchdown. That surprises me when I sit and look at it, and I don't even, look at the stats a whole lot at all. But he'd be somebody's top guy getting it 30 times a game. But if you look at all our receivers, we got one with 37, 22, 11, 19. Cole Sims is out. 7's Will Alexander. Will's done a great job. 7 catches. He's got 3 touchdowns. And then you got Austin Bodner's really turned on for us too. He's got 4 catches and 2 touchdowns. So those guys are all stepping up and looked really good practice, and we're excited to see them play.
Well, you still got one more after this one, regardless of what happens.
Yep.
But do you think there's more hype for this game than it was last year up there?
I don't know. Last year was pretty good. Now, I've had probably more inquiries about, I don't know. Both years pretty just as far as, hey, I'm coming to the game, news here, can we do an interview, can we watch you practice? We've had more of that stuff this week and then last year this week. And it should be. You got 2 really good teams, 2 teams that got a lot of college-type players that maybe have offers from this or that. They're really well coached. They do a great job. They played in the state finals last year. They've won I don't know how many games in 6 years, in their existence. They started out, they've won a bunch of games, and, they're coming in here. This is going to be, it's a big-time game.
They still haven't won a big one.
They're tough. They're tough. I feel like sometimes people here take those for granted. about because they've won 10 really big games here to win state championships, and they are tough. And, you know, to win that big game, you got to be in it first to be able to get there. You got to get there to have that opportunity. So, you know, our kids are going to be ready. I know they're prepared, and I know that they're going to play their best, the best that they can. They're going to play their hardest, 48 minutes, or however long it takes, and we're going to let the chips fall where they go. That's one thing I do know. I can't tell you what the score is going to be, who's going to score touchdowns or not, who's going to make tackles, but I can tell you our kids are going to play hard, and they're going to play hard till the final whistle.
And we're going to take another break here on Rebel Roundup, brought to you by Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. We'll be back with more in 3 minutes on the Hometown Radio Network.
Good service is just as important as quality. And at B&L Jewelers, you get both competitive prices and exceptional service for every customer. Find the perfect bridal and engagement rings. Or better yet, B&L Jewelers will help you custom design your rings so that you can create something unique to express your love. We carry fine jewelry and watches, including Citizens and Bulova. Or we can special order whatever you need. We also buy gold and silver. And we offer 6-month layaway with no fees. We do all our jewelry repairs in-house. So stop in today for a free jewelry cleaning and diamond inspection on the corner of Houstonville Road and Highway 150 in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. Online at bnljewelers.com. Find us on Facebook.
Hi, this is Jenny Holland, owner of the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, our commitment to quality and integrity guides every aspect of our business. You can trust our Nutrigold line of certified, clean, organic, whole food vitamins such as plant-based vitamins D3, C Gold, Zinc Gold for your immune system. Nutrigold vitamins will be on sale every day to help you and your family stay healthy. We are located on 4th Street next to Sears. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Bud here, the guy who reminds you to contact 811 before you dig. Now I've got some great news. When you dial 811, you're going to get me. If you're a homeowner, landscaper, or building contractor, make sure you call me before you dig. I'll walk you through the process that will ensure underground utilities are marked and you can dig safely. Call me at least 2 days before digging to make sure you know what's below. Remember, call me, Bud, at 811 before you dig, or visit Kentucky811.org.
If something seems too good to be true, it likely is. Hello, I'm Adam Hopkins, Security Officer at Farmers National Bank. Scam artists use tricks like prize offerings or special deals. If you aren't sure, do research online or give us a call for help.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school football on Friday night, the final game of the regular season. Boyle County hosts Frederick Douglass, 7:30 kickoff on Z105. Danville is at Whitley County, 7:30 kickoff on 103.9 FM WHIR. Garrett County hosting Clay County, 7:30 kickoff on HometownLive.net. And Mercer County hosting West Chessman, 7:30 kickoff on 99.5 FM WHBN. Saturday, Kentucky taking on Tennessee, 5 o'clock pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff on Z105.
And now back to the Rebel Roundup on Z105, WRNZ FM.
And welcome back to Rebel Roundup. Call ahead for carryout at Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant, 859-236-1237. Check out all their favorites, the Old Bridge Burger, the Par 3 Burger, the grilled ribeye sandwich, grilled chicken breast, cod filet sandwich, chicken salad, chicken tenders. They've got all kinds of appetizers, French fries, piled high, your choice, crinkle cut. You can add cheese, chili, bacon to them, make them what you want them to be. Pepper jack shots, they're at the top of the list. Hot wings, banana pepper rings, mozzarella sticks, mini corn dogs, tater tots, onion rings, mushrooms, pretzels, and beer cheese. Again, call ahead for carryout, 859-236-1237. That's the Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. Well, we've got a bigger crowd around us than normal. It's the girls volleyball 12th region championship game coming up here in about 15, 20 minutes at 7 o'clock. It'll be West Jessamine taking on Southwestern. Boyle County bowed out last night, losing to West Jessamine 3-0. Taking a look ahead. Go ahead and eat, Coach. Playoff games. If you're wondering who's going to be playing who, we can tell you for sure Saturday morning, Boyle County will play one of three teams, Covington-Holmes, Covington-Scott, or Rowan County at home next week. Lincoln County travels to Johnson Central. Anderson County is at Boyd County. Those are all Class 4A games. In Class 2A, Danville will host Monroe County. And in Class 3A, Mercer County travels to Elizabethtown. Garrett County is at Fleming County. And Casey County takes on Webster County, and they'll play that game down in Liberty. If you were going to be a prognosticator, what team would you say people need to be afraid of in any class? If you could pick one team out, who should they be afraid of having to play?
Ooh. In any class?
Any class.
I think Henderson County is a little underrated, in my opinion. And that's just knowing I know them played them. I think they've had a couple guys beat up a little bit, but I think Henderson really, I think they're a quality football team. They're really good on defense. And right now, when you play, when you win, you want to be the teams that are going to win it, have a chance to win it, are really good on defense. And so you're looking at those top teams. They're one that obviously we've seen in person, really good. And, I've just looked at so much of our stuff. I really don't know. I don't venture out a whole lot.
That's probably not a fair question.
No, that's not if we played them, we've got some things. Obviously, Frederick Douglass, everybody's got them. They're really good. I don't know really any other teams around that unless we played or if they're just like right here around us.
Right. Crowd tomorrow night, what do you expect? Full house?
Oh, we hope it's a full house. I hope it is. I hope everybody around here is coming to come watch the game. And I know kids enjoy those. Those are the ones you remember, are the big games, the big crowds and all that. I know our Rebel Rowdies do a great job, and our pep section and all that they do. It's intimidating to come here and play, and that's what we want. We want it that way. Getting to play at home, when we talk about RPI, while all that comes, well, it's because it's intimidating to come here and play. We've got a beautiful field, but our stadium's packed and it's loud, and it makes it really, really tough for teams to come in here and try to get a win.
We talked about the kicking game a little bit. The more you kick off, the better it is, right?
Yeah. Until you playing a team like this, and you got to cover the whole time. So they're really good on kick return too. They've got some guys back there that can really run, but we've got to place the ball where we need to place it. And Cole's done a good job. He's gotten better, so much better, just being a sophomore and getting there. He's really stepped up.
Your depth has increased as the years gone on, and because of some unfortunate injuries, they've had to step up and become that player, next man up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've had that, and I think that's just why you do all the off-season stuff, is for that depth of being able to get in here and is somebody ready? Realistically, if every coach had their choice and saying, hey, you've got to be this, nobody would play but junior or seniors. Every really good coach would say, I want them in the weight room for 2 years, and then they're going to play freshman and JV, and then they're going to start as a junior and senior. That's what every good coach would want them to do, right? I mean, because they're prepared and they're ready to go. Some guys that started some games for us as sophomores, they maybe not quite ready, but they had to, and they got a lot of quality reps, in there, and that's going to help them as they go on in their career. what they do. But, we would all like to have, if you had that great depth of where nobody played until there was a junior or senior. Now, you would obviously have some exceptions.
Sure.
You always have exceptions.
You'll
there's always
have
a couple. Yeah, you get a couple guys. Tommy Ziesmer started on the D line since he's a freshman. He's a freak. That's kind of him. Tavi's just a sophomore. And you see what he's doing. But some guys that you feel like are going to be good players, and they all mature at different times. And we've got some guys. They're really good football players now. They're a lot better than what they were when they started off. In the beginning of the season, and that's what you want to see. You want to see them get better each week.
We're going to take one final break and break down tomorrow night's game when we come back in 3 minutes on the Hometown Radio Network.
The Danville Medicine Shop congratulates all our local athletes. We know that every sport requires a tremendous amount of time and dedication. We are proud to support a community of great athletes, parents, grandparents, and coaches. We wish everyone an injury-free season. But if an accident does occur, know that the friendly staff at the Medicine Shop is here to help you. If you just need a bottle of ibuprofen for those sore muscles after cross-country, a wrist brace for your bowler, or a first aid kit for that cleat to the shin, we will help in every way to get your athlete back in the game. We'll also make sure that you are at the game on time. We offer free customized weekly medication packaging and free delivery in the Danville area. We'd much rather have you cheering at the game than standing in the line at the checkout counter. Medication therapy can be overwhelming. Rely on us to help coach you through it. We'll fill your prescription accurately, answer questions you may have, and we'll even run defense with your insurance company. Your locally owned and operated medicine shop is located at 900 Houstonville Road. We're open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 to noon on Saturday. We will take care of your health care needs on and off the field.
Hello, Danville. This is James J.H. Atkins, the People's Mayor, inviting everyone to the Atkins Listening Tour. I want to hear what you have to say about the future of our Danville. Come join me at Michael Smith Memorial Park next to Batewood Homes on South 2nd Street this Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 o'clock for free burgers, hot dogs, and drinks paid for by the committee to elect James J.H. Atkins. I can't wait to see you this Saturday at the cookout.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Folks are complaining daily about supply chains and inventory. We don't have that problem. We have new Kias arriving daily. We have a great selection of Kias from Tellurides, Sorrentos, Sportages, Celtos, Souls, K5s, and Fortes. And remember, we have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. Come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
While supplies last with approved credit, see dealer for details and availability.
CC Auto Parts and Service.
CC Auto Parts and Service is open for your service and parts needs. CC Auto Parts and Service are offering pickup and delivery for all your auto repairs as well as parts. They have a pay over the phone option if needed. CC Auto Parts and Service are concerned for everyone's well-being and are doing their best at keeping a sanitary and healthy environment. Give them a call at 734-9515.
CC Auto Parts and Service. Service is the difference. We get it.
Hey, Eddie Montgomery, I'm thinking about starting a new music career, kind of like John Daly. This is my course, na-na-na-na-na, where I was born. I love to play. I shot 2 under yesterday out at Old Bridge.
Mike, hold it. Please stick to golf proing and let me do the singing, okay, brother?
But I'm just so excited about everything we're doing to make Old Bridge better. It's a lot of fun out there, and I want to invite all my friends to come out.
Oh, please, somebody. No. Somebody get me to Old Bridge, because I need a drink. Please.
Saturday night. Touchdown! Kentucky! Coach Dukes and the Cats are in Knoxville for a big SEC battle under the lights. Let's go! Tennessee Volunteers and your Kentucky Wildcats.
The pregame show starts this Saturday evening at 5 with kickoff at 7.
Salt of your home for the Cats and the hits. WRNZ FM Z105. Go Cats!
Don't miss the final week of Sleep Outfitters Supersize Sale. Save up to $400 when you supersize your Sealy. Pay for a queen and get a king, or pay for a twin and get a queen, starting at just $269. Sleep Outfitters in Danville next to TJ Maxx.
And now back to the Rebel Roundup on Z105 WRNZ FM.
Well, we have a few minutes left here tonight to talk Rebel football, and we've danced all around this ball game coming up tomorrow night. Like you say, you live for big games.
Yeah, this is Oh, I'm excited. I know our kids are excited. Coaches are excited, I know, just to kind of come here and you're going against other quality coaches, going against other quality players. You want to see your kids shine on the brightest stage. I said that's something that you kind of get, that when you play quality teams and everybody's kind of looking at it, well, then that gives a chance for this guy to, where'd he come from? We need to look at this guy. As far as if you're looking at college opportunities, stuff with that, it's going to have a lot of eyes on the game.
Let's talk about defense. What do you feel like you've got to do defensively?
We've got to tackle in space. They're going to do a good job of. They've got two really good backs, and they rotate them pretty well. We've got to tackle them, and then we've got to limit that deep ball. Their quarterback's not a great runner, but he does a good job handling their offense, and he gets the ball out of his hands and doesn't take too many negative plays. So we've got to do a great job if they're throwing the screens, containing it, tackling them. They throw the deep ball up. We got to get it down, either pick it off or knock it down, and then we got to tackle well. At the end of the day, when these things come out, you talk teams and this, whoever blocks and tackles best going to win. It really comes down to it, and those are things we got to do.
And defense, I don't care what anybody says, wins championships.
Oh, yes. I said, people show up for offense, and I love offense. I call our offense. I take pride in that, of saying, hey, we're going to do it. It's a challenge for me. As you talk about exciting, they've not giving up a touchdown yet, do this. Like, we want to – that's kind of like all right, we'll see what we got, and I look forward to that. But our defense is the same. You've got to be playing good defense. To win a championship and to win big games, it's going to come down to, are we going to be able to stop them? Are we going to make more plays than they do?
You've done what you've done to get to this point offensively. I know you got a bag full of tricks, but this seems like this is going to be that kind of game where this is what we do and this is what we're going to do against you.
I think both teams are that. They do what they do on offense and defense. I don't think that they're coming in saying, we got to do all this, we got to make all these changes to play Boyle County. And we're not. We're the same way. We don't have to we're going to run what we run. We've been running, a very similar scheme since 1999 here, or way before then. On defense here, we've obviously made a few little adjustments, but nothing crazy. It's still that same base, what we do. So we've got to play that offensively. We got to execute what we do. We're going to motion. We're going to line up formations. We're going to play fast. We're going to play slow. We're going to do all those different things that kind of mess with teams. But we've got to come out and play our game.
What are the keys to a Boyle County win?
Limit the big play. We've got to make them drive, put a drive together, put a 10, 12-play drive together instead of, 1-2 and throw it up, kind of that. And then offensively, we've got to sustain drives. It's got to be something that we grind out first downs. We're taking care of the football. Turnovers are going to be big in this one. And then got to make some plays on special teams. We got to cover well, and, they kick it to us. We got to see if we can take them on the house, too.
Good luck to you, Coach.
Hey, thank you. Go Rebels.
Justin Haddix, the head coach of the Boyle County Rebels, and that's going to do it for our show tonight. Our thanks to you for being with us on the Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant Rebel Roundup. Thanks to Robert Wagner on studio controls, and thanks to Justin Haddix for being here with us tonight. God bless America. This has been another sports presentation of the Hometown Radio Network. Good night, everybody.
This has been the Rebel Roundup at Old Bridge Grill at Old Bridge Golf Course. Join us every Thursday evening at 6 during football season for the Rebel Roundup on Z105, WRNZ FM, and HometownLive.net. The voice of Boyle County Rebels football action all season long. Good night, Rebel fans.